Hey friends, welcome back or to Woodland Bunny. It's so cold here today and such a rainy, perfect weather for a cozy reading day, and we're going to be starting off Project TBR 0. You've already seen what is on my TBR for this episode, and so I'm so excited to begin reading these books. I am different levels of progress through these books, and these are books in which I just started reading, put down for some reason, and just haven't picked up along my reading journey. So we're going to be diving into these books in this episode. I hope you enjoy. I hope you grab yourself a warm tea and let's continue with reading. I just wanted to pop in and say hello. I hope you're doing well. So let's get to it. Hey friends, a couple days later and I'm still making progress through As Good as Dead. I wanted to give you a few thoughts. Obviously I'm not going to go in depth since this is the third book in a Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy or series. I'm not entirely sure. This is the third book, but I'm really enjoying it so far. It's definitely slower paced than the other ones. It is a thicker book than the other ones. I found myself whizzing by with the other books, whereas this one seems to be a slower build up, but I feel like it's because it's more mystery more so than a chase of a mystery. So we're having to experience the mystery first and then we're having to chase the mystery and solve the mystery and uncover what is happening within this book, whereas before I feel like the foundations had already been laid and we were just sort of experiencing the solving of the cases. But it's still really good. I am enjoying it. I'm loving the graphics in it, so like the graphs and the other little like images in it. I think it really adds something, especially with a book like this. So yeah, it's good, going good so far. Definitely one or a series to read if you are in a bit of a slump, just because I say the pacing is so fast. This one, like I say, is a bit slower, but hopefully if the first two books were to pull you out of your slump, then you'd be more than happy to sit and stew with this one while the mystery builds itself up. But yeah, I thought I'd just come in, update you on my thoughts and feelings and give you a semi-recommendation about this one. So let's get back to reading. Sadly, I didn't really enjoy this book as much as hoped. I really enjoyed the other two, but this one fell a bit flat for me. I wasn't a big fan of the concept or the execution, and I just felt it a bit too long. Therefore, I only rated it 2 out of 5 stars, but as mentioned previously, I still think this is a good series to delve into if you're in a reading slump. Hey friends, so it is now the morning after finishing As Good as Dead and I have to pick my next read. I'm back with my hot water bottle and a cup of hot cacao because it is so cold here today. But I think I'm going to continue listening through book eaters via Scribd, in which is the listening platform I use, and then probably physically read Love on the Brain, just to have some contradiction between the two so they don't merge in my head, because I feel if I read Private Entry and then book eaters, the storylines could get a little mixed up in my head because they're both fantasy based, whereas if I'm physically reading a romance and then listening to a fantasy based book, hopefully nothing will get too muddled. So I think that's going to be the plan, but I just wanted to come and give you a little update, so let's get to reading. I got exactly what I expected out of this book. Of course, it had its flaws, constantly referring to how tall the love interest is and the miscommunication, along with the assumption that he hated her. But when looking past that, it had good elements, those being value-adding side characters, women in STEM, and discussion around that, discussion around toxic parents and relationships and removing the stigma around therapy. I did find myself bored in parts, and sometimes the flaws were a bit niggly and annoying, but overall had a good time.
Oh my love, you're such a fragile thing, I know. And with the winter comes the ice, the snow, but I'm here to hold. And oh my love, don't worry about the cold just yet. The trees haven't started to shed. Just feel the summer sun as it warms our bed.
Such an interesting concept filled with books and literature, gender norms and the role of gender, sexuality and cult-like families in fantasy, but I just felt like it was missing something. I found the pacing quite slow but enjoyed the action-filled scenes, and overall would recommend this book.